Hi, Jay. This is Laura in Alameda, California. I've been working on catching up on my Best of the Left episodes, and I had a few comments on various episodes. On the gun debate episode, I really liked the format that you did on that one, where you were taking different commentary and responding directly with counterpoints using material from various programs for that. And obviously, it's not a format that should be used for every episode, but I think it's one that can be used periodically as a great way to help us progressives get better at countering the other side. And it also might be a helpful way for researching issues versus kind of some of the more standard ways. I've read the book Donut Economics. I'm glad you had an episode that had several mentions of that. The book is fantastic. I really encourage all your listeners to read it. And, you know, it has a lot of economic ideas that I've encountered other places, but what I like about Donut Economics is it really encapsulates things into a really simple package, and but a package that really includes a lot of different elements that need to be accounted for. So, fantastic book. We need Donut Economics. You did the encore of the conservative solution to climate change, and Surprisingly, I was annoyed once again. I was annoyed the first time I listened to it, and it's a very unusual reaction for me to have to a Best of the Left episode. And the reason, after thinking about it, is I find this dividend concept for, you know, giving a dividend off of fossil fuels to be problematic, because if we give a dividend, you know, people, of course, that's a positive that people are going to get money for resources which should be that are common resources versus allowing corporations to see all the gains from using those resources. But when it comes to something like fossil fuels, if we're trying to drive down the usage of fossil fuels, eventually as the usage decreases, the dividend will go down, which means people will get less money. And there's like an incentive to keep using fossil fuels to make the dividends bigger. So I just don't think it's a well thought out methodology to solve the problem. I think it's too short-sighted, and it doesn't really fairly get us incentivized to using the alternatives. So we would need dividends for wind and wind and solar and the other things that are better. It needs to be more incentive to break us from the bad stuff. I really liked Craig from Ohio's voicemail about straightening out some views from the left, answering to Sam. And on Sam's message, one of them, he talked about, unity. We need unity, and, America needs to lead the way. And I just don't think we're going to get unity. And, hey, I'm fine with working with people of all spectrums on issues that we have common ground on, but I don't think we have a lot of common ground on some real core issues. And if you read the book, Don't Think of an Elephant by George Lakoff, he really explains that there's a very different moral perspective between the left and the right, which is largely based on conservatives believe in the strict father paradigm, whereas us progressives are more of a nurturant parent paradigm, and that actually informs our politics, not just how we view families. And when we look at the current Republican Party, they don't compromise. They don't even do their jobs. I mean, not getting Merrick Garland confirmed is a typical example of what Republicans have been doing, the dirty play that they've been doing. We have the Affordable Care Act, which was based on a conservative paradigm, probably tweaked a little bit, obviously, and we've had nothing but attacks by conservatives on something that should have been a centrist, acceptable solution for them. We are running out of time to address the environment, and the conservatives are completely wrong we're wasting so much money on our military. We're not talking about the long-term consequences that the planet is facing. Our economic paradigms are completely different for what we want. And to me, it seems like the Democrats, obviously they're very centrist for most of us, and but they're the best that we have. They're the ones trying to put out all the fires, and it's the fires that are being started by the Republicans. So I wish there was going to be unity, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. And I think as progressives, we don't want to waste too much time on futile efforts with working with conservatives if they're just going to turn around and screw us over time and time again. So anyway, those are just a few of my thoughts. Thanks for all your good work, and thanks for the diversity of topics that you're covering. Thank you. Bye.